Good morning, friends. The Biden administration is now demanding immediate action. Our federal government is urging state lawmakers to make it easier for residents to receive Medicare coverage. This comes after millions of households have been kicked off the program just this year. If action is taken, you may see an adjustment to your benefits. My dear friends, I'll be sharing with you what you need to know. So please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways.
Today, my colleagues have focused a great deal on the Basel III endgame. It's something I'm deeply concerned about, too. What we have here in Washington, regretfully, are regulators that are in a competition with bureaucrats and other jurisdictions. They seem to be regulating for regulation's sake. I have a very difficult time when massive bodies of regulation are put forward and bureaucrats here try to tell us that the impact is going to be minimal. I'd like to quote specifically from Vice Chair Michael Barr, who's leading the effort on the Basel III endgame. He says that the impacts of the new requirements they're proposing are going to be minimal. In fact, specifically, he says, quote, "The phase-in will allow ample time for banks to adjust their balance sheets and activities and to build capital over time. In fact, most banks already have enough capital today to meet the new requirements." So the message that the public is getting is that these massive regulatory proposals they're putting forward with Basel III is going to have a very minimal impact on your banks. And I would just like to go back to the tool everybody else is using. Would anybody here that believes that the impact of Basel III would be minimal, raise your hand, please. I'd like the record to reflect, Mr. Chairman, that nobody raised their hand. No one believes that the impact will be minimal. In fact, I think one of the most infuriating patterns of behavior I see here among the regulatory class in Washington is either an unwillingness or a refusal to take into account the knock-on effects of the regulations. Mr. Diamond, I'd like to come to you. Your bank has stated publicly that the Basel endgame proposals would increase capital requirements by some $50 billion. That's not an insignificant number. There are obviously very real costs that are associated with this proposal, and I would like to get your perspective on how this proposal would impact not only your bank, but the markets and the economy more broadly.
I think, inside a bank, you try to look at every loan you make and every relationship and every client and every country. And obviously you want to do a good job for your shareholders in the long run. No one tries to be rapacious with customers or employees in the short run. And that, so it would take a lot of loans and immediately make them unprofitable. And I'll give you a specific example, mortgages. I've already told our people that mortgages should not be in the balance sheet. And of course, we can't securitize them either because we haven't passed the securitization law, so it will diminish certain kind of mortgages. It'll particularly diminish mortgages for lower income people. And because the cost of all this is actually much higher on a $150,000 mortgage than on a jumbo $2 million mortgage. And I can go down the line, CDFIs, financial companies, farmers, and then we've already mentioned the extreme effect on market making, which is just a critical function to help finance companies around the world and help people manage money for retirees and veterans and state pension plans to manage their money. And so that one is hard to figure out the full extent of that. I think it actually may cause issues in the marketplace.
According to experts, the Health and Human Services Department wants states with the highest rates of children dropped from Medicaid to use certain federal rules that make it easier to get families back on coverage. In letters sent to governors of Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Montana, New Hampshire, Ohio, South Dakota, and Texas, Secretary Xavier Becerra urged these states to take up more options the agency has offered to ensure coverage. The options include allowing states to use enrollee information they have to auto-renew coverage. The Health and Human Services Department also issued new guidance for states, including an option to give kids an additional 12 months to get on the rolls. That option is available through 2024. Becerra also asked the states to remove barriers to children's health insurance program enrollment for children no longer eligible for Medicaid, reduce call center times for families, and expand their Medicaid programs if they have not already. According to officials, the 9 states are responsible for 60% of children's coverage losses between March and September. Deputy Administrator Daniel Tsai said on Monday, "State choices matter. States have taken up the historic number of new policy flexibilities that the agency has put on the table, are better able to protect kids' coverage." In statements to Politico, spokespeople from Florida, Georgia, and Texas pushed back on the department, pointing to ways the states have managed the unwinding process. Tiffany Young, a spokesperson for Texas Health Department, said the state meets with federal partners on the redetermination process and staggered the unwinding over several months. According to new data, the 10 states that have not expanded Medicaid include Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kansas, Mississippi, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Wisconsin, and Wyoming. These states have disenrolled more children than other states, which have expanded Medicaid combined. Many point to what happened earlier this year. After the end of the public health emergency in May, states were required to review the eligibility of Medicaid enrollees. The subsequent unwinding saw nearly 3 million children kicked off the coverage. In August, the Department of Health and Human Services sent letters to all of these states, warning that they might be running afoul of federal requirements, pointing to long waits at call centers, high number of paperwork problems, and a slow application process. Also, friends, according to Yahoo News, you may want to brace yourself for higher Medicare Part D prescription premiums in 2024. The Inflation Reduction Act caps seniors' prescription costs, which are covered under Medicare, and beginning next year allows no more than a 6% annual jump in Part D premiums in 2024 compared to 2023 in 5 states. With the largest populations of individuals over age 65 who are on Medicare. These states include California, Florida, New York, Pennsylvania, and Texas. The national average monthly Part D premium is projected to increase 21% in 2024 to $48. That is up 21% from $40 in 2023. If you earn more than $103,000 as an individual, or more than $206,000 if you are a joint filer, you'll pay an extra amount ranging from $12.90 to $81 per month in 2024. Most Americans have that extra charge taken from their Social Security check. Individuals with Part B traditional Medicare generally pay a monthly premium for physician coverage, and for Part D prescription coverage, those premiums will vary by plan. So, dear friends, what are your thoughts about these changes? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Dear friends, thank you very much for being part of this community. Every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.